Good evening, traders, and welcome to another StockX post-market recap. So in today's trading session, we've seen a linear path up in the market. Now, this linear move was somewhat of a slow path moving market, but the opportunities still continue to remain here. In today's trading session here, we want to give you guys a update on all our trades and go over the analysis behind each and every detail here. So when we discuss this level of information, we hope that it provides a level of transparency in our trading channel and also provides you some level of education on understanding on how our methodology works. Our methodology is all about preparing for in advance. This allows traders to hear a morning call before the markets open, understand what's moving the markets, and figure out a game plan in terms of the best and optimal entry point on option premiums. So we're going to be talking a little bit about it, and we're going to be discussing in great detail on what's next to come. So the market has been moving on optimism based off the details of the upcoming de-escalation that is happening in the market. So in today's market here, we started our day off with a nice banger trade from our NVDA contracts that we have. Okay, so if you guys have been following along, we post this content daily, these market recaps daily, and you guys may notice that we're dropping doubles on a daily basis. Okay, so we had these NVIDIA 105 contracts that we had swung from yesterday, and this was a great trade here as well. So we bought these NVIDIA 105 calls, and these 105 calls that we provided here, I also told the room that if you didn't take it, it was still a great opportunity to do so. Okay, so we mentioned over here NVIDIA 105 calls. At that time it was around 1. My entry point was around 80 cents or so, but I still mentioned that it's a great entry point at 1 and it can work, and I also gave the 108 calls as well. Now, why were we so bullish on NVIDIA? So going back into our morning call notes here, which we provide, we said, watch NVIDIA 110s and so forth, but pretty much our trades that we have, so we always have a list of items on trades that we like towards the upside, and trades we're looking at the downside here. Okay, so I mentioned that the semiconductors are strong, so watch all of them. We mentioned that NVIDIA 108 calls, SMCI, Broadcom, and Tesla calls as well, and we also give an idea about the entry points as well. So once we look at those particular plays, we know exactly what's going to be happening here. So we sold partial on the NVIDIA calls here to take profits. We were looking at SMCI right away. SMCI, didn't really fail, but we were watching that. We sold all our NVIDIA calls for 100%. We actually called this QQQ put here, and this was a very interesting trade that we've called out. Okay, so this QQQ 460 put was right off our first inflection point on the S&P 500 here. Okay, so if you guys see over here, right at level 1 bullish, we saw a couple point decline right there, and then this put actually went up 30%. Okay, so it was a nice decent trade here as well. We also gave these beta puts, which was up around 25% as well. And the QQQ put, I let it go to 0 because even though it was kind of meant as a fast trade, it was also meant to be somewhat of a hedge in case if the market pulled back. Trump was talking as well. But the thing about that QQQ put that I really want to talk about here is that it was a very small size. Okay, so it was 5 contracts, which was not a big deal, but it was a nice move because right off our inflection point was a good time to see as well. And we mentioned that it was a small trade with only 5 contracts, so that was interesting to see here as well, which was under $1,000. Okay, so now that we go into the next plays here as well, we had those NVIDIA calls. those QQQ puts, Meta puts as well. We called out. We sold those Meta puts at a break even, but they did also go up 25% as well. We called out these NVIDIA 108s. Now these NVIDIA 108s as well was a nice opportunity, and they started to run very fast. Okay, they went up more than 50% on that particular play. We took our profits on that. The one thing we made a mistake on is I wanted to get a long-term play on this QQQ 465. So we bought these 465s here, and I bought QQQ's 28th swing for 472. So going out a little bit further ahead, and we bought Monday's expiration. However, I accidentally sold this one when I was trying to sell this one here, right when the market started to move. So I made that mistake here, and that kind of messed me up. I didn't lose money off it, but I made a mistake because I sold the wrong QQQ, and that happens sometimes, right? We had 2 layers of QQQ calls, and it's pretty interesting as well. The SMCI, so we later bought SMCI as well, and that was a nice ripper at 60 cents. We didn't get a fill on our A+ setup, but that ended up going around 120%, and a lot of winners in the room here today. Okay, so interesting to see that all these plays are moving here. So currently, based off that here, we see that the S&P 500 is moving well off Google earnings. So the level 2 is where SPX stopped approximately right there, which confirmed the trend, and that's where we seen the market stop. Right now SPX is at 5,500 here. Okay, so let's look at some opportunities that exist in this marketplace. So with the SPX really going, its next inflection point is going to be at 55.25 here. Okay, so that's going to be the end of the bullish breakout zone. It still has more room to go higher here. Okay, so see if we get through 55.25 pre-market here. QQQ managed to break through my level 1. You can kind of see struggle to get there, but now it looks like it's going to a next opportunity of 474. So this is where I kind of miss that Monday QQQ swing, and we wish we had that, right? These NVIDIA calls, they have an opportunity to go to 112 here, but it's going to be choppy until then. Okay, so we got to see if we can hold here. It was struggling at this particular point. So if you look at this NVIDIA chart over here, you can see at this particular moment is where you start to see a little bit of pullback right on my number, but the market held and the market was strong, and it bounced off that as well too. So this definitely looks good overnight. So we'll see how far along she goes. Okay, and we also are watching Meta as well. So Meta is ripping because of the Google earnings. So managed to hold 530, and now it's in a new breakout zone. 465, it's where it can go based on that earnings as well. Tesla, we just have an estimated weekly high at 275. ARM, so ARM pulled right back at my estimated weekly high. We actually bought puts on this near the close here, in case if this rejected. It did reject at that point here, but because the market is so strong, it looks like it wants to climb back higher. So we're watching that. Broadcom dropped right off my level 2 bullish here as well. So we'll see if this means that the trend for the semis are confirmed to the upside. Would love to buy calls at around 181 if it can get there. This SMCI as well. So it was very close to our 37 here. We banked 120% on this. Nice pump here as well. If there is a deal where China is going to reduce their restrictions on semiconductors on U.S. companies, then this will be very bullish for SMCI. Okay, SMCI has a massive opportunity. If it gets above 38, it can run to 42. AppLovin here, broke through an estimated weekly high temporarily, but now it looks like it's on track to go towards this level 2 opportunity. PLTR stopped exactly at my highest level here. Okay, so we gotta watch on Friday if the markets can hold strong. We need some level of news. If there's no news in the market, then you're going to see a pullback, right? So that's why I'm not holding calls on anything right now, because we did want the QQQs, but we made a mistake and sold out by accident. But it was just interesting to see here. You kind of see how MSTR has been pretty much chopping around my top level here. So I usually don't want to force those plays. And we see that coin is about to hit my 207 after getting through. So I stopped at this 200 once, dropped, and then eventually got through. But it looks like it's on track towards my 207 there as well. Netflix stopped right at my estimated weekly high at 1100 here. But if it really gaps, guys, it can really start to, there's a huge breakout opportunity above this 1100. So we're watching that carefully. We see that GS rejected my 546 here. So we'll see if that has strength, okay? So the market is moving on optimism based off of, the de-escalation on what's happening in the overall environment. So it is very important we get some sort of news overnight, because if we don't, or if we get negative news, then everything that you see is happening green pre-market can go back down. So that's what we're watching now, and that's what we got our eyes on. So I hope this was informative information for you. The key thing I want you to really take back is that we're calling out consistent bangers in the room, whether it be a bull day or bearish day. We will find the right opportunity. The swings is more based off the upcoming news, which is going to be a little bit more difficult, and it's also going to be more news based. So you have to really play with profits. Okay, our intraday trading skills have been top notch. I don't believe there's any service out there that could match, the amount of consistency and the amount of value that we're providing our members with the accuracy and the pre-announced callouts. Okay, so if you guys want to take advantage of this, check it out. We do give discounts at the first month, so that way you have an opportunity to do so. And the best part is you get access to our coaching. So having a meeting with me on one-on-one is the opportunity for you to see exactly how these levels can fit into your trading opportunity. And we analyze premiums, right? So we don't like to chase things. We don't like to, force things unless if it's a good price. So finding the optimal price on specific option contracts is my specialty, and I hope I can provide that knowledge for you once you join the mentorship program. So thanks for tuning in, guys. We hope you guys enjoy this. If you like the content, please give it a like and a share. We appreciate you guys watching this, and we'll see you guys in the next one. So once again, let's get that money, and we'll see you guys on Friday's post-market recap.